In previous lecture, we had discussed about chapter number 1, that is project management in operation research subject. Okay, so we had already discussed what is project. So it is nothing but a sets of activity. Okay, and we have seen the different example, real life example of project, and these are the example. Suppose hosting a college in an annual function, plan a space shuttle to Mars, plan for industrial visit, or designing and implement a hydraulic press. Likewise, there may be a different example of project. So in short, project is what? Project is a sets of activity. That activity you must have to finish within a certain or specified time period, and each an activity having its own sequence, so that all the activity will be finished within a certain time period. That is nothing but your project for some specific output. Okay, so that is project. We had also discussed about real life example of project, that is getting ready to college. So here when there are different activity, so if you set all the activity in a sequence, then it will finish within a certain time period, so your project will be finished successfully. Okay, so we have seen also the project attributes. So again, just a minute, I'm going to just summarize it. It has unique purpose, it is temporary, it developed using progressive elaboration, it requires resources often from various areas, it should have primary customer or sponsor, it involves uncertainty, it has specified time and resources. This is most important. It has all the activity or all the project has specified time and resources. Please switch off your mic. Now, what is network analysis? So network analysis refers to a number of techniques for the planning and control of complex project. Just switch off or mute. Okay, just a minute. Someone have switch on the mic. Okay. Now, there are two methods used for network analysis. So, two frequently used methods are, one is critical path method, that is known as CPM method, and another one is program evaluation and review technique, that is known as PERT method or PERT technique. So frequently two methods are used for the network diagram, that is CPM and PERT. CPM stands for critical path method and PERT means program evaluation and review technique. So here some basics idea of how to draw network diagram. So network diagram is a diagram with sets of activity in some sequence. And in network diagram, you can draw it using the two different symbol. One is arrow. One symbol is arrow and another symbol is circle. See in this slide, this is arrow. So this type of arrow, this is arrow. So arrow represent your activity. Arrow represent your activity. And circle, in this network diagram, suppose circle. So circle represent your event. So all the network diagram is consist of arrow and circle. And with the help of these two symbols, your network diagram will be created. And that network diagram is used to graphically representations of your network or your activities. So here different activities or sets of activity are there. See, this is the first activity. This is second, third, fourth, 5, 6, and this is 7. Okay. So here different activity are there. And you noticed that this is the first activity. So on the all activity, at the starting and ending moment, event are there. Suppose this is the starting of activity. So one event or one circle is there, and at the finishing of this activity, again one event is there. Okay. So activity can be finished, can be started with one event and can be finished with another event. So all the activity will start and finish with some event. So see in this diagram also, you can observe that. Suppose take this first one. Okay, so in first activity, it is represented by this arrow, and it is started by one event and it is finished by another event. So here what is network diagram? So network diagram is a graphical representation or a diagram consisting of a certain configuration or symbols. And that symbol is arrow and nodes. Nodes, or you can say that circle. Nodes or circle. For showing the logical sequence of various tasks to be performed to achieve the project objective. Okay, so to completion of a project or to show a graphical representation of the project, you must have to draw a network diagram. Okay, a network diagram consisting of activity and event. So activity is represented by arrow and event is represented by circle. Okay. Now, see in this network diagram also, this is one example of network diagram. So here, each and every activity having its name. Suppose activity A, activity B, activity C, activity D, activity E, then F, then G. So on the arrow, you must have to specify the name of activity with a alphabet, any alphabet, capital or small. Suppose A. So this is the activity A. Suppose another activity is there, then you can give the name as this. Suppose B, activity number B or activity B. And in the event also, you must have to specify its sequence by giving the numbers. Okay, so inside the circle, you must have to give any number. Suppose this is event 1. So describe it by 1, then this is 2, event number 2. So inside you must have to specify number 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so this is the starting of the project. From the here your project is started, and from here your project is finished. Okay, must be in its sequence. So what is network diagram? So network diagram is nothing but a graphical representation of a different activity in a sequential manner to represent a project duration or project using two different symbols, arrow and node, and that consists of a diagram, and that diagram is known as network diagram. Okay, so network diagram is a basis to solve different problem regarding the CPM and PERT. In this project management chapter, you must have to find out the solutions of critical path. Okay, so that is CPM, critical path method, and PERT, project evaluation and review technique. So that type of example will be solved with help of network diagram. Okay, and network diagram consists of arrow and nodes. Clear? Now, different terms used in network diagram. So as we discussed, first term is activity. So activity is what? An effort that is required to complete a part of a project. That is activity, and it is represented by arrow. So for any particular task, you must have to must required any effort to complete that particular task with some resources. So that is nothing but your activity, and that activity can be represented in form of symbol. One symbol, that is arrow. Okay, so whenever you find out the arrow in the network diagram, that represent the activity. Okay, another term used for the network diagram is node. It is represent the beginning or completion of an activity. Okay, as I said you, for each and every activity, suppose this is activity, so for each and activity it is completed by putting the nodes or event on the both the side. Okay, suppose this is activity, so when I put node or event on both the side of arrow, then it completes. Okay, so node means what? It is it is represents the beginning or completion of an activity, and it is represented by circle. It is represented by circle. So network consists of event and activity. Okay, now for drawing of or for creating network diagram, you must have to follow certain rules. Okay, so there are certain rules to draw the network diagram. If you follow that rule, then your network diagram will not have any mistakes. You will construct network diagram perfectly if you follow all such 8 or 9 rules are there. If you keep in your mind that 8 or 9 rules, then you can easily draw any of the network diagram based on particular activities. Okay, so here we'll describe all 9 rules which can be used to draw the network diagram. So first rule is what? Each defined activity is represented by one and only one arrow in the network. Each defined activity is represented by one and only one arrow in the network. Okay, so if you define any activity, so that can be made or that can be represented by only one arrow. Okay, so you must have to draw only one arrow from the ending location. Suppose this is starting of activity. Okay, so this is the start point and this is end point. So from that end point, you must have to specify the arrow likewise on one direction only. You do not require to put it on this side. Okay, if you draw this type of arrow, then this is not your activity. So each defined activity is represented by one and only one arrow in the network. So this is the first one. Okay, in one direction only. And in which directions? In the completion directions. When it is completed, then this is your arrow. So arrow in the direction of completion. Here your activity starting point and this is your activity ending point. So arrow must be in the direction of ending point. Okay, rule number 2. Before an activity can be started, all the activity preceding it must be finished or completed. Here new word arrives, preceding. Okay, preceding means what? There are two words, succeeding and preceding. So here the rule number 2 itself says that before an activity can be started, suppose consider any activity. Okay, take activity number 2 for rule number 2. Okay, activity number B. So before an activity can be started, all the activity preceding it must be finished or completed. Okay, preceding means this one. Activity number A is preceding activity of activity B. मीन्स जो एक्टिविटी है उसके आगे की एक्टिविटी, प्रीसीडिंग एक्टिविटी, सॉरी पीछे की एक्टिविटी, और सक्सीडिंग एक्टिविटी मीन्स यस यस
preceding means previous.
Yes,
Preceding means previous, sir.
Previous activity, right. And succeeding means? Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. Any
Don't
problem?
know, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Here, rule number 2, that is, before an activity can be started, all the activity preceding it must be finished. Means, once the activity B can be started, so at that time, the preceding activity or previous activity means here in our case, preceding activity is activity number A. So activity A must be finished or completed when activity B can be started. Okay, means activity B जब start हो उस टाइम पर एक्टिविटी A फिनिश होनी चाहिए. अगर एक्टिविटी A फिनिश्ड नहीं है और कंप्लीटेड नहीं है, then at that type of situation activity B cannot be started. ओके, तो एक्टिविटी बी कब स्टार्ट होगी? एक्टिविटी बी तभी स्टार्ट होगी जब एक्टिविटी प्रीसीडिंग एक्टिविटी मींस उसके आगे की एक्टिविटी जो भी है वो खत्म होनी चाहिए. मींस कंडीशन वही है. सपोज आपने 2 एक्टिविटी ली, कोई भी एक्टिविटी, सो 2 एक्टिविटी में जो भी सीक्वेंशियल, लॉजिकली सीक्वेंशियल उसका आगे है, तो वो एक्टिविटी जब तक खत्म नहीं होगी तब तक दूसरा टास्क और दूसरी एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट नहीं हो सकती. That is the rule of our network diagram. Okay. Got
Yes,
it, all
sir.
of you? Got it? If
Yes,
you
sir.
want deciding or preceding or previous activity must be finished or completed. This is rule number 2. Now, rule number 3. No activity can be identified by the same end event. No two activity can be identified by the same end event. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Can anybody elaborate this? No two activity can be identified by the same end event. Means what? Can anybody elaborate this? What is the meaning of this sentence or the rule number 3? Anyone?
हेलो
Yes.
सर, इसका मतलब शायद कोई भी एक्टिविटी के इवेंट सेम नहीं होने चाहिए.
इवेंट सेम नहीं होनी चाहिए.
हाँ.
ओके ओके. एनीबडी एल्स? एनीबडी एल्स?
सर आउटकम सेम नहीं होना चाहिए, दोनों एक ही है, तो फिर वो एक ही एक्टिविटी हुई ना ऐसे.
नहीं, दो एक्टिविटी अलग अलग है. सपोज इसमें लिखा है क्लियर, नो टू एक्टिविटीज कैन बी आइडेंटिफाइड बाय द सेम एंड इवेंट.
सर मतलब दो एक्टिविटी जो अलग अलग हुई है, अगर उसका
हाँ.
आउटपुट सेम आ रहा है तो फिर हम कैसे बता पाएंगे कि वो कौन से क्या हुआ है, कौन सी एक्टिविटी से हुआ है ऐसे.
ओके, चलो चलो. और कोई? Here, the rule number 3 says that no two activity can be identified by the same end event. Means this is your first event and this is your okay. So this is suppose activity. Okay. Now go through this rule. No two activities can be identified by the same end events. Okay, suppose from here I will not create. Suppose this is activity number A and this is activity number B. Got it?
Yes, sir.
तो कोई भी एक्टिविटी है सो एक ही इवेंट से चालू के सेम एंड इवेंट पे खत्म नहीं हो सकती. क्लियर? उसका एंड यहां से चालू हो सकती है, यहां से दो एक साथ चालू हो सकती है, लेकिन एंड इवेंट सेम नहीं होना चाहिए. सपोज सेम situation I will draw in different manner. See, this is okay. Suppose from here I will draw one activity. Okay, so this is my activity number A, and from the same event I will draw. Okay, so this is my activity number B. Now see the difference. Okay, here I am just drawing two activity A and B. In first case, suppose this is my first case number 1, and this is our case number 2. Okay. So what happened in case number 1? In case number 1, I have just drawn two activity which is started from event number 1 and it is finished at the event number 2. So it is not possible. So always keep in your mind, no two activity can be identified by the same end event. Okay, so A दोनों के लिए event same हुआ, activity और A और B के लिए हो गया सेम इवेंट, तो ए पॉसिबल नहीं है। कोई भी दो एक्टिविटी के लिए एक एंड इवेंट पॉसिबल नहीं। ओके, सो उसका एंड इवेंट यहाँ पे होगा। हाँ, अगर ये दूसरी जगह से स्टार्ट होती है तो एंड इवेंट यहाँ पॉसिबल है। सपोज यू कैन ड्रॉ लाइक दिस। ओके, सपोज दिस इज इवेंट 1, okay, suppose this is my event number 1, this is event number 2, and this is event number 3. Okay, so it may happen like this. Suppose this is my activity number A, okay, and this is my activity number B. So this can be happen. Okay, so this is case number 3. Now anybody can elaborate this rule number 2. You can draw like this. This may happen, this may happen, but this is not true to draw the network diagram. Got it? So this is event number 1, this is event number 2, and this is event number 3. पता चल रहा है सबको? रूल नंबर 2 क्या है?
Yes, sir.
ओके,
Yes, sir.
इस तरह से आप ड्रॉ कर सकते हो। यहाँ पे देखो, सेम यहाँ सेम एंड इवेंट, नो टू एक्टिविटी कैन बी आइडेंटिफाइड बाय द सेम एंड इवेंट। सो यहाँ तो सेम इवेंट आ गया, तो ये राइट है या रॉन्ग? रूल क्या है? नो टू एक्टिविटी कैन बी आइडेंटिफाइड बाय द सेम एंड इवेंट। तो यहाँ तो आ गया, तो राइट है।
सर
हाँ,
दो अलग इवेंट से एक्टिविटी
से ड्रॉ कर सकते हो। एक सेम जगह से यहाँ पे नहीं आना चाहिए एक्टिविटी। यहाँ से एक्टिविटी आके यहाँ पे फिनिश हो सकती है। दूसरी इवेंट से दोनों सेम इवेंट पे मर्ज हो सकती है, फिनिश हो सकती है, लेकिन सेम इवेंट से स्टार्ट होके सेम इवेंट पे खत्म नहीं हो सकती। गॉट इट? फोकस ओवर हियर, सेम।
Yes, sir.
Okay, now rule number 4. Flow of the diagram from the left to right. Okay, so the diagram flow must be from the left side. Suppose this is the left side. Okay, so the diagram must be started from the left side to this is left side. Okay, and it will be flow from left to right. Okay, this is right side. So always the flow of the diagram must follow the left to right. Got it? Now rule number 5.
Yes, sir.
What rule number 5 says? Rule number 5 says that arrow should not be intersect. This is the most important. Arrow should not be intersect. Means suppose your activity. Okay, suppose this is your activity. Okay, here it is event. Again, suppose here event, and suppose here your another event is there. One. You must have to always give the numbers to each and every event during the construction of network diagram. So this is activity number A, and suppose this is your activity number B. So now read the rule number 5. Arrow should not be intersect. Arrow should not be intersect. Now tell me this type of activity can happen or not, because here intersection is there between two activity. Here activity A and B having some interaction. Okay, it intersect with a certain point, so it should not be intersect with each other. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Rule number 6. Dangling should be avoided. So see in this slide, there is an example of dangling. Okay, dangling means separation. So always dangling or separation of the activity should be avoided, because as we seen in the rule number 2 that any activity can be started only when the preceding activity must be finished. Okay, so here consider this case. One activity started from event number 6. Okay, and it is finished over here, but it is separated from this flow of the diagram. Suppose this is the, consider this is the event number A and this is the event number B. So this event B cannot be started until activity A is finished, or activity preceding activity. Suppose any another activity is there, so that must be finished, but here there is a no connection, so it is a separated. So this type of separation must be avoided. This type of separation must be avoided. So that type of separation is known as dangling. So during the construction of network diagram, dangling should be avoided. So this type of dangling should not be there during the construction of network diagram. Here there must be an activity. Now it is completed. Here also it is separated. Okay, so here it must be any activity in this direction or in any of the direction. So now this is completed, but separation should be avoided. If you avoid the separation, then and then you will correctly or in right manner you will construct the network diagram. Otherwise you will made a mistake during the construction of network diagram, and if you made any small mistake in the network diagram, then definitely the final answer will be different. Then you will not get the correct path for your project. That's why from the given data, if you start to construct the network diagram, at that time you must have to remember all such type of rule, and if you follow all such rules, then you will draw a good network diagram. Okay, 6th rule is completed. Now rule number 7. If you have any doubt up till now, up till 6th rule, then tell me. If you have any.
No, sir. I have no doubts.
Doubt, sir.
Am I audible to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What's disturbance ke એવું કઈ આવે તો then you can tell me. Okay. Now clear 6 rule of network diagram.
Yes, sir.
Now rule number 7. Events are identified by the numbers. Okay, so you can find it out on this particular network diagram. This is the event. So you can find that all the events having its own numbers. Suppose this is event number 1, event number 2, event 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So events are identified by the numbers while the activity are represented by their starting and ending event. Okay, while the activities are represented by their starting and ending events, means all the activity having its starting and ending events, and it can be represented by its own symbol. Suppose A, B, C, or D, whatever it may be. Okay, you can put any of the symbol, or you can put the symbol given in the example. Okay, so rule number 7, events are identified by numbers while activity are represented by their starting and ending events. Now rule number 8, a network should have only one initial and final node. Okay, a network means all the network diagram have only one initial and final node. So each and every diagram should have only one initial node, means this is the initial first node, this is the initial node or starting node, and this is the ending or final node. So rule number 8 says that only one initial and only one final node should be there in the network diagram. Okay, so you just keep in your mind during the construction of network diagram, you must consider that rule number 8, that your initial and final node should have only one. Okay, it should not be more than one, otherwise there would be the mistake in your network diagram. So rule number 8 says that a network should have only one initial and one final node. Now last rule, that is rule number 9, to construct the network diagram is introduce a few dummy activities as may be necessary. Okay, means a dummy activity may be necessary during the network diagram. So dummy activity is what? So dummy activity must be used only if it is necessary to reduce the complexity of a network diagram. So dummy activity is what? Dummy activity will just connect two events by some imaginary activity. So that activity does not exist in real situation, but you just complete the logical sequence of the network diagram if you required that this particular imaginary activity will join these two events or complete the logical sequence, then and then you can introduce the imaginary or dummy activity to finish your network. But keep in your mind, introduce as few dummy activity as may be necessary, means जहां पर एग्जैक्टली उसकी जरूरत है तभी आप डमी एक्टिविटी को इंट्रोड्यूस करो. अदरवाइज इफ यू इंट्रोड्यूस number of dummy activity in your network diagram, at that time the network diagram will be complex And if the network diagram is complex, then your calculation would be, you cannot easily calculate all such things. So your problem will be complex. So use the dummy activity to reduce the complexity of the network problem. Got it? So this is dummy activity. Don't worry, we will deeply discuss about dummy activity as and when required. Right now, just follow such these rules to construct the network diagram, or just remember this rule. Okay. And last rule, I think 9 or 10 rule is there. 10th rule, looping is not permitted. Most important rule, looping is not permitted. See in these two figures here, in figure number 1, activity A, activity B, activity D. Okay, so they follow this path here and here, but activity C will move in wrong direction. C, in this direction. Activity C will move in reverse direction. So it makes a loop like activity B, activity D, and activity C. So it is making a loop. Means activity B is finished, then activity D will start. When D is finished, C will start. When C will finish, B will start. Means this is loop. And this type of loop is not permitted in the network diagram. Only your flow of diagram from the left side to right side. Okay, so this is left side and this is right side. And here, see the, just a minute. Okay, here you can compare these both one. Here in first diagram, C will move in this direction. In this diagram, it will move in this direction. So here there is no loop. Okay, because activity B will move in this directions, activity D will move in this direction, and activity C also move in forward direction. There is a no reverse direction. So here there is a no making of any loop. So this is the correct one. So always keep in your mind, looping in the network diagram is not permitted. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, in next lecture, we will see the example of network diagram. How to draw the network diagram, we will see. But before that, you must have to keep in your mind all such rules. Okay. If you know all such rules of network diagram, then we can easily draw the network diagram to solve our problem. Okay. Thank you very much, all of you. If you have any doubt regarding this, then
Yes, sir.
please tell me. Yes.
No doubt, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
No
you
doubt,
very
sir.
much.